Now that you have products set up on your website, we need to make sure that your payment provider is set up so that you can actually accept payments through your website and people can check out. So in order to do that, you need to go down to settings at the bottom left here and then go to payment providers here. So Shopify does integrate with a lot of different service payment providers, including PayPal, Amazon Pay, and a lot of third-party options here. But to be honest, the easiest and quickest way to get set up is to actually use their Shopify payments option. So the card rate, it shows you the card rate here. That, you know, to start off with, it might not, I don't know, if I haven't done enough research to know which is the cheapest option, but for ease of setup, it's something that you should go to. If you start doing high volumes on your Shopify store, then it might be worth looking for cheaper alternatives, but it's certainly easiest to use this one. So all you have to do to set that up is to input some business information, so the details of the company, your personal details and information about what you're selling. This customer billing statement, that's quite an important one, because this here is what's going to show on somebody's bank statement for the transaction. So make sure that that is very clearly related to the website that they purchased on. It might be if you've got like a company name and your website is something completely different, don't use the company name here, use the website name. Otherwise you're going to have people looking at the bank statement and like, oh my God, I don't recognise. So for me, example, my company name is One Eyed Cat Limited, but I might, you know, my online pet shop might be called Ollie's Pet Supplies, because Ollie is my dog. So if I put One Eyed Cat Limited here, people are going to go, well, who's One Eyed Cat? I don't know, I've never heard of them. Call the bank, cancel the payment. Done. I've lost my money and my product. So this is where I would put Ollie's Pet Shop here, so that it's clear where that payment has gone. And then obviously you put your bank account details here, and that allows Shopify to send your payments to you once they've been processed. So I'm just going to fill all this in here, and then I will pause the video and be back in just a tick. So there we have that all set up. And from this window then you can decide, as you can see, the accepted payment methods are all listed here. So if you click on the manage icon there, you can choose which of these payment methods you want to accept on your website. I would suggest that you just leave everything ticked, because the easier, I mean, things like Apple Pay, I've started using Apple Pay when I'm shopping on my mobile phone, and it is so much easier than having to fiddle about putting in card numbers. It just makes my life so much easier. So, but you can uncheck some of these if you want to. You can see the rates here, what you'll pay, what the fees that you'll pay for these when they process the payments. And then once you start receiving orders, you can click the View Payouts button, and it will show you, and it'll give you information so that you can kind of reconcile your bank statement and see all the payments that have come in. If you want to then activate something like PayPal Express Checkout, personally, I don't kind of, you know, I quite like this. I just probably stick with that to start with at least. But some people like using PayPal to check out. Then you can, again, you can just, you can set that up here, or you can just deactivate Express Checkout if you want to do that. Again, same with Amazon Pay and then other third-party providers. So you can also choose at the bottom here whether you actually take the payment at the time that they process the order, or whether you just pre-authorize the card and then manually go in and kind of take the payment afterwards. So that's what you do down here. There are some reasons why you'd want to kind of manually capture. If you're not able to ship straight away, if there's going to be a delay in shipment, then you might want to set that to manual. But I would have thought most businesses, if you're going to be sort of taking orders continually and then shipping, then you'll want to kind of have that set to automatically capture the payment once they order, and then you're free to dispatch the goods. The problem with having a manual capture for orders is obviously you have to have a very robust system in place to make sure that you are charging the card before you send the products. So that's just something to consider there. But that's where you set that option for your checkout. And that's it. That's your setup to accept payments.